This video is your Dragon of Icespire Peak DM guide for the Loggers Camp quest from the D&D Essentials Kit. Hi, Bob here, and welcome to Bob World Builder, the D&D channel where we improve our games together. Subscribe for new videos every Wednesday under your subscriptions tab. For gameplay of the Loggers Camp quest, check the cards and description for a link to my session. Loggers Camp is one of 3 follow-up quests added to the Phandalin job board after the party finishes any 2 starter quests. Unlike the 3 starter quests, which had a clear progression of difficulty and complexity, these follow-ups are fairly interchangeable. Both Loggers Camp and Butterskull Ranch are balanced for 3rd level, and said to be survivable for 2nd and easy for 4th. And while Mountain's Toe is scaled up 1 level, I think the number of potential allies presented makes it about as easy as the other 2. This makes sense because your party will be level 3 for their first 2 follow-up quests if you're using the suggested milestone level advancement, or level 4 if they have somehow already defeated the dragon. All that said, I recommend Loggers Camp as your group's first follow-up quest for its overall simplicity. Here's the quest prompt that the party receives. Deep in Neverwinter Wood, along the river that flows west toward Neverwinter, is a logging camp. Every 2 months, Phandalin delivers fresh supplies to that camp, which is run by the half-brother of Phandalin's townmaster, Harbin Wester. Barthen, the local provisioner, has prepared a new delivery. He needs someone to bear the supplies safely to the camp. Return to Harbin Wester with a notice of delivery signed by his half-brother, Tiber Wester, to claim your reward of 100 gold pieces. A clever party can complete this quest goal by merely forging Tiber's signature, but if they do make the delivery and Tiber dies in the action, Harbin Wester should still reward them. Likewise, if the delivery cart and/or the ox are destroyed, you could take the cost out of their earnings to establish some consequences. During your party's 2-day, 50-mile journey to the camp, take a minute to describe the scenery. Is it a warm day? Cold? Sunny? Raining? Inclement weather can create great role-playing opportunities for a low-level party trekking through the wilderness. And as written, a designated guide must succeed a survival check to keep the party on course in Neverwinter Wood, but you can choose to ignore this so they simply get where they're going, or if your party likes the hex crawl experience, you can increase the difficulty by raising the DC, or rolling 1d6 to randomly determine the next hex they enter on a failure. The quote, boring encounter is kind of lackluster, so I recommend including this fun Easter egg. According to the Butterskull Ranch quest background, the raiding orcs released a few farm pigs that would have been branded BAK. So when your party sees the shapeshifted boar anchorite here in the woods, it should be communing with 1d4 of these branded pigs. Once your party realizes the weirdness of the situation, or if they make themselves known, the boar dashes off, but the pigs stay behind, maybe even pleasantly approaching the party. This will make for a great aha moment when they play that quest. At the logging camp, I recommend tying in this anchorite encounter by including some boar tracks that lead from Area 1, which they otherwise have no reason to explore, to Area 2, where the Ankeg summoning totems are hidden. In Area 2, the boar tracks should gradually phase into humanoid footprints right up to the fireplace. To further aid your party in finding the evil totems, you can describe that a good aligned or divine influence character has some kind of bad feeling about the place immediately as they enter the camp. And if these hints work too well and the party destroys the totems, driving away the Ankegs before any were encountered, have the anchorite show up to finish off the loggers, or in this case, the party. In Area 3, have the cowardly Tiber whisper through the door, "Don't move," just before the Ankegs attack. And I suggest including some loot in a locked desk in the office. And right before any Ankegs attack, or when they are dismissed, describe some tremors from underground. To make Area 4 worth its ink in the book, you could add a day-old note from someone attempting to visit Tiber, commenting on the camp's vacancy, or even a boat left behind by an unlucky visitor. But be careful, because your party might end up rowing to Neverwinter. Finally, I think the details of Area 5 and 6 should depend on which set of tents they investigate first. In other words, let them explore one area, get a sense of what's going on, then get attacked in the second area, maybe connecting them with the remains of a collapsed Ankeg tunnel. Now check out my Loggers Camp gameplay video and more from the Essentials Kit playlist. Thank you for watching, and keep building.